Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei Extras. Today we have the first half of the MCC Blank Canvas teams. For those of you who look at the Wolfeei But More channel, I accidentally called the randomizer predictions Black Canvas. That was a typo, but this is Blank Canvas, and the first half of the teams have been announced, and there's some interesting stuff to look at for this event. There's some curious teams, some things that need to be talked about regarding who's missing and also who's included, of course. That will be interesting overall. Either way, before I get into that, we have this. So if you don't know, every single time MCC teams get announced, I go live to, hype up the team announcements, have a fun discussion, have a fun, engaging, bit of content regarding the MCC teams and just event teams usually in general. And the Nox crew love trolling. They really do. They confirmed MCC teams are going to be today regardless, but they love trolling, and they did this because last time this happened when I accidentally was live streaming during the not official team announcement, and we got trolled, and I had to oil up and apologize, etc. So this time around they thought, hey, let's do it again, which thankfully wasn't real, because when we look at the first team, which will probably be the thumbnail team, you see that we have a Realm team in MCC consisting of Hannah XX Rose, Phil's in Minecraft, Tabo, and Ross Cumber. One thing that is a minor detail that I think has not been acknowledged is that we have potentially a custom font made for this, which is quite interesting. Possibly a custom font on this team announcement template, or maybe they're just hand-drawn names, which I don't think would happen, but maybe. Regardless, I think this is a very fun opening team. I kind of suspected a newcomer or just a hype team or something along those lines, maybe a returning player, to be on the opening team, and this kind of is a best of both worlds situation, with Ross being a newcomer for this event, and then we also have Hannah, Phil, and Toby, which is a pretty strong trio. However, when you look at the rest of the event, you may realize that that kind of is a standard for this one. So yeah, regardless, I'm really excited to see this team. I think it's a really fun team. And of course, Realm team is hype. I think people kind of expect the Realm to be pretty prevalent and prominent in MCC, maybe at least for the start of this season, as the Realm currently is one of the more prominent and prevalent bits of Minecraft-related content. So maybe we'll see more Realm-related newcomers in the future. Of course, we know Pangy's confirmed for the next event. He probably won't be in this event, but he's at least confirmed for Rivals, etc. So anyways, continuing forward, fun red team, cool red team, W, thumbs up. We move on to orange, which consists of Ant Venom, Captain Sparkles, Michael McChill, and Shadoon. And what is interesting about this team is that this is almost a repeat team. In Haunted Hoedown, the Aqua team was Shadoon, Ant Venom, Captain Sparkles, and Ghosty, which originally was supposed to be Abe, but it ended up being Ghosty because of substitutes. And in this instance, you have Michael, who actually makes a lot of sense to fill in that fourth slot, which is very fun, of course. This is a pretty strong team, Shadoon being, on his improvement arc, maybe not even improvement arc, but I already knew Shadoon was good at Minecraft. Literally since his debut, I've been saying this guy, at least at some point, whether it's sooner or later, will be one of the more prominent good players, because he's really good at Minecraft. So he's kind of, S tier at least status nowadays. Paired up together with Ant Venom and Captain Sparkles, who I think are both in the position of being debatably second or third frag. It's kind of like either or, so having two of those people makes sense. And then Michael being the lower end of this team should be a pretty consistent team across the board, and definitely a fun one at that as well. Definitely a fun team. Excited to see the run back of the whatever the Haunted Hoedown Aqua team is called, Aqua Abominables or something. I don't know. Whatever, right? Cool orange team. We move on. Yellow team. This one was confusing because we didn't expect it. At this point, the stream prediction was kind of hoping to see some Hermitcraft, because MCC, at least in season 4, was most prominently known for their Hermitcraft appearances. But we instead got Dave, Ollie Gamers, Harvey, and Gumi. Kind of a team of people that I think, aside from Gumi, I think both Dave and Harvey are kind of irregular MCC appearances. And Ollie coming back for the first time since, I think, MCC Season 3, which is very exciting. Should be a fun squad all together. And I'm very curious about how this team will perform. This team doesn't have a weak player on it. There is no definitive bottom frag. It's probably Ollie or maybe Gumi or maybe Harvey, but like we don't really know how it's going to go. It's a very well-rounded, cohesive team, and I think it's going to be really interesting. But yeah, a bunch of people who don't really play too often altogether means that it could either be a major pop-off or maybe a major flop. We'll have to wait and see. I'm looking forward to seeing this team regardless because it's a fun team. I think the Harvey and Gumi duo, most notably, is always a really entertaining one. So I think this will be a nice one. Definitely interesting to see. Also, Ollie gamers, after rewatching some of the, what's it called? The House of Nightmares content, it was pretty funny. So, W team. Next up, though, we have the Lime team, which actually has killed one of the Lime Llamas in the picture. Totally not an accident. And this, of course, Jimmy has to be on Lime. Come on, guys. Of course, Jimmy Solidarity Gaming is on Lime. But together with Jojo, Mythical Sausage, and the Orion Sound, makes for a pretty interesting team. I do think, in terms of overall balancing, this feels a bit on the weaker end compared to the other teams, but I also think, depending on what games are included, which as of right now we have zero idea what games are actually going to be in, could end up being a really, really prominent pop-off team, because I think team games is definitely one of the strengths this team has over other teams, more specifically in terms of communication. If I look, Yellow could maybe be a bit of a silly one for, like, let's say a Build Mart. Orange team could maybe be a bit of a difficult one for Build Mart. Red team could maybe be a bit of a difficult one for Build Mart. I think Lime team, if Build Mart's in, has it on lock. Even SOT, I think, is a very good one for this one too, and I think it's very interesting to see how this team will perform. Also fun to see Sausage back. I think Sausage's last event was... I don't remember, but he definitely played in Kickoff, and I don't know if they played in another event, maybe Haunted Hoedown, I don't remember, but yeah, very nice. You'll love to see it. Very cool. Another thing to note is in Season 4, I don't think we saw much of like Ant Venom, Sparkles, and Michael. I think Sparkles played like, maybe Jordan played like 3 events out of the 8, 7, or something like that. Ant Venom played like maybe 2 or 1, and Michael played like 1 or maybe 2. Like, there's some people in here that we haven't seen much. Ollie we didn't see at all last year. Harvey was in like twice. Dave was in like twice. And then, I don't know about this one, maybe Sausage was in like twice. So we're seeing a bunch of people in rotation again who we didn't see much last year, which is very fun. I accidentally scrolled up too far, but regardless, here's the green team, which has another newcomer on it, being Setting Sunset. Now, this is a person you may not be as familiar with. They are a relatively recent new streamer. However, something that is notable about them is this is actually also an actress. This is a person, or maybe actor, I don't know. This person did acting in the past, at least. I think they go by they, them, so actor, is that how that works? I don't know. But this is Missy Cooper from Young Sheldon. Yeah, that's pretty interesting, isn't it? So, pretty cool team. I think just having this person included is nice. And of course, with Amy and Scott and Purple, should make for a really fun team. I think this one, if you're looking for laughs, looking for some higher energy, goofy, silly activity, I think you're in for a treat here. I don't know why I somehow haven't liked this one, but of course, a like-worthy team. And yeah, I respect the inclusion of some of the Minecraft Premiere profile pictures, looking sleek and slick. Not sleek, slick. Looking very slick. And also, Purple viewers get their content creator back live streaming. Thankfully, he only goes live for events. And also, Amy back in what I assume is a relatively normal MCC in terms of what we know so far. Maybe they could be like a special one, but Amy back in regular rotation is quite interesting. Very fun. Anyways, that is the first half of the team announcements for today. Let me see if I'm still in game. I am. This is the predictions compared to the actual results. As you can see, we didn't do that well, but it is interesting. It is definitely fun to see the actual teams come together. I'll be live again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern-ish to talk and prepare for the second half of the team announcements, and it should be interesting. I think we'll probably see some hermits. Actually, yeah, I just remembered. The thing to talk about for this event that is very notable is in the first half of the teams, we have seen 0 Hermitcraft members. We also have none of the FB trio being Fire Breathman, Feinberg, Fruitberries. None of them are in. We're also missing Antfrost. We're also missing Pizza Hut. Those are the S tiers that we're currently not seeing just yet. I could see 1, maybe 2 of those people being benched, but it is interesting that we have few S tiers and also no hermits. Very, very interesting. There's also some other notable regular MCC participants that are currently not in, but those are some specific ones that I'm very curious about. So we'll probably see some S tiers with some hermits tomorrow. Or maybe we won't. I don't know. But regardless, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all later. Hopefully, you can also watch my Among Us stream today, but by the time this video is out, it might already be ongoing. So if you want to watch it, come watch it. But yeah, twitch.tv/Wolfeei. See you later. Goodbye.